Rain hit the pavement hard enough to sound like static, and I stood there with 2 coffees getting cold in my hands, wondering when I had become someone easy to ignore. I came early, I muttered to myself, checking the time again. She said 6. People rushed past me, heads down, umbrellas fighting the wind. I stayed still, eyes locked on the glass doors of Olivia's office building. She's just late, I whispered. Relax. My phone buzzed. A message from Marcus. You still waiting for her? Yeah, I typed back. Outside her office. You're doing too much, Jason. I just brought coffee. You always do too much. I stared at his message, then locked my phone. I'm not doing too much, I said under my breath. I'm just trying. The doors finally opened. My chest tightened. There she is, I breathed. Olivia stepped out, hair perfect, coat wrapped tight. But she didn't look at me. She turned to her left. Daniel walked out beside her, laughing. Seriously, you should have seen his face, Daniel said. Olivia laughed, loud and easy. No way, she replied. You're lying. I swear, Olivia. They stopped right in front of the building. Right in front of me. But not with me. I took a step forward. Olivia, I called softly. She didn't hear me. Or maybe she did. Daniel leaned closer to her. You're coming tomorrow, right? He asked. Of course, she said. I wouldn't miss it. My grip tightened around the coffee cups. Olivia, I said again, louder. She finally looked at me. Her smile faded. Oh, she said. Jason. Just my name. Flat. Like I was a task she forgot to complete. I didn't know you were coming, she added. I texted you, I replied. When? This afternoon. She shrugged. I was busy. Daniel looked at me, then back at her. You didn't tell me your boyfriend was picking you up, he said. His tone wasn't curious. It was amused. I wasn't getting picked up, Olivia said quickly. He just came. I felt something shift inside me. I brought you coffee, I said, holding one out. She glanced at it. I already had one. Oh. Rain hit harder. Daniel smirked slightly. I'll see you tomorrow, Olivia, he said, stepping back. Don't forget. I won't, she replied, smiling again. The same smile she didn't give me. He walked off. I stood there, still holding both cups. You could have told me you were coming, Olivia said, crossing her arms. I wanted to surprise you. Well, I don't like surprises after work. I nodded slowly. Got it? She looked at the coffee again. You didn't have to do this. I know. Then why did you? I opened my mouth, closed it. I thought you'd like it, I said finally. She sighed. Jason, I've had a long day. I can see that. Then don't make it harder. Harder. I swallowed. I'm not trying to make anything harder. It feels like it. I looked at her, really looked. Something was missing. Or maybe it had been missing for a while. I just wanted to see you, I said. You see me all the time. Not like this. She shook her head. I'm tired. Can we not do this right now? Do what? This, whatever this is. I glanced at Daniel's direction. He seems important, I said quietly. He's a coworker. You smiled at him. I smile at people, Jason. Not like that. Her expression hardened. You're overthinking. Am I? Yes. Rain soaked through my jacket. I didn't move. You didn't even notice me standing here, I said. I did. After I called your name twice. She rolled her eyes. I was talking. I can see that. So what's the problem? I let out a breath. I don't feel like I matter right now. That's dramatic. It's honest. She looked away. Cars passed, tires cutting through water. I don't have the energy for this, she said. For what? A conversation. For your insecurity. That word hit harder than the rain. Insecurity, I repeated. Yes. I nodded slowly. Okay. Silence stretched between us. You're quiet now, she said. I'm thinking. About? Nothing you'd care about. She sighed again. Jason, I just want to go home. I'll walk you. I can walk myself. I know. Then don't. I hesitated. All right. She adjusted her bag. I'll call you later. You don't have to. She frowned. What does that mean? It means you don't have to. She studied my face. You're being weird. Maybe. Just go home, okay? I will. She turned and started walking. No goodbye. No glance back. I stood there watching her disappear into the rain. My phone buzzed again. Marcus. Well? I typed slowly. She left with him? No. Then what happened? She just left. Jason. Yeah. You still there? Yeah. Why? I looked down at the 2 coffees in my hands. One untouched. Both getting cold. I don't know, I admitted. Come on, man. Go home. Yeah. I took a step forward. Then another. Rain soaked through everything. Each step felt heavier than the last. She didn't even take the coffee, I said into the phone. Marcus didn't respond right away. That's not about coffee. I know. You see it now? I paused. Yeah. Say it. I closed my eyes. She doesn't choose me. Silence. Then Marcus spoke softly. Now you're being honest. I ended the call. The street felt empty even with people everywhere. I kept walking. No destination. Just away. My shoes filled with water. My hands went numb. But I didn't stop. I should have said more, I whispered. But deep down I knew. Words wouldn't have changed anything. When I finally reached my apartment, I didn't turn on the lights. I just stood there dripping on the floor. It's over, I said quietly. The words felt strange, but also true. I placed the coffees on the table. Didn't drink either. Didn't throw them away. Just left them there. Like everything else I had been holding on to. I sat down slowly, staring at nothing, feeling everything. For the first time, I whispered, I felt invisible. And that was the moment I understood. Something had already ended. I just hadn't accepted it yet. I sat across from Olivia at the dinner table, watching the glow of her phone light up her face while the food between us slowly went cold. You're quiet, I said. I'm just tired, Olivia replied, scrolling without looking up. I waited for you in the rain. I didn't ask you to. That hit harder than I expected. I know, I said. I just thought you'd appreciate it. I had a long day, Jason. I don't want to argue. I'm not trying to argue. Then don't start something. I leaned back slightly, trying to keep my voice steady. I just want to understand what happened earlier. Nothing happened. You ignored me. I didn't ignore you. You didn't even see me standing there. I saw you. After I called your name twice. She sighed, finally putting her phone down for a second. You're overthinking, she said. I don't think I am. You are. I stared at her. You were laughing with him. He's my coworker. You don't laugh like that with me anymore. She picked her phone back up. That's not true. It feels true. Feelings aren't facts. I let out a quiet breath. So what are the facts? That you're making a big deal out of nothing. Nothing? Yes, nothing. I looked down at my plate. You didn't even take the coffee. I told you I already had one. That's not the point. Then what is the point, Jason? I hesitated. The point is, I felt like I didn't matter. She didn't respond right away. That's your insecurity talking. I looked back up. You really think that? Yes. So it's just me? Mostly. I nodded slowly. Okay. Silence filled the room. The sound of her scrolling came back. You're doing it again, she said. Doing what? Going quiet like I did something wrong. I'm just thinking. Well, think quietly. I almost laughed, but it didn't come out. I am thinking quietly. Good. I pushed my plate slightly away. I'm not hungry anymore. You barely ate. I lost my appetite. That's dramatic. Or maybe it's honest. She didn't respond. A few seconds passed. Then, I have an early meeting tomorrow, she said. Okay. So I'm going to sleep early. All right. She stood up, grabbing her phone. Don't stay up too late. I won't. She walked toward the bedroom, then paused. Jason. Yeah. Stop overthinking things. I held her gaze for a moment. I'll try. She nodded, then disappeared into the room. The door closed softly. I stayed at the table. Alone. My phone buzzed. Marcus. You alive? I picked it up. Yeah. Sound like you're not. I'm just tired. Talk to me. I hesitated. Then typed. I think something's wrong. What kind of wrong? The kind that doesn't fix itself. Did you talk to her? Yeah. And? She said I'm overthinking. Marcus replied instantly. That's not an answer. That's avoidance. I know. What actually happened? I stared at the screen. Then typed slowly. I waited for her in the rain. She walked out with some guy. Didn't even notice me. Damn. Yeah. And tonight? She acted like nothing happened. That's worse. I tried to talk about it. And she shut it down? Yeah. Marcus paused for a moment. Then, Jason, you sound broken. I swallowed. I feel off. Off how? Like I'm there but I don't exist. That's not how it should feel. I know. So why are you still sitting there? I looked around the quiet apartment. I don't know. You love her? Yeah. Does she treat you like she loves you? I didn't answer. Say it, Marcus pushed. No, I admitted. Then what are you holding on to? Maybe it's just a phase. Or maybe it's the truth showing up. I leaned back in my chair. She wasn't like this before. People change. Or maybe I just didn't see it. That too. I closed my eyes for a second. I feel stupid. You're not stupid. You're just late to the realization. Late? Yeah. I let that word sit. Say it clearly, Marcus said. Say what? What you're starting to understand. I hesitated. Then whispered. She's already gone. Marcus didn't reply immediately. Then, there it is. I just didn't want to believe it. Most people don't. I opened my eyes, staring at the empty chair across from me. She's right there, I said quietly. But it feels like she's not. That's because she checked out already. I nodded slowly even though he couldn't see me. I keep thinking I can fix it. You can't fix something you didn't break. That hit deep. So what do I do? Stop chasing. Just like that. Yeah. It's not that easy. I didn't say it was easy. I said it's necessary. I rubbed my face. I hate this feeling. I know. It's like everything is slipping and I can't grab it. Then stop trying to grab it. I stayed silent. Jason, Marcus said softer now. You deserve someone who sees you. I looked toward the bedroom door. She used to. Used to isn't enough. I exhaled slowly. I think I'm starting to see things clearly. Good. It hurts. It will. But it also feels real. That's the truth kicking in. I nodded again. Thanks for picking up. Always. I'll call you tomorrow? Yeah. And Jason? Yeah. Don't ignore what you felt today. I won't. I ended the call. The apartment felt heavier than before. I stood up, slowly cleaning the table. 2 plates. One barely touched. One completely forgotten. Just like earlier. I washed everything quietly. No music. No distractions. Just the sound of water. When I finished, I turned off the lights. The darkness felt honest. I walked toward the bedroom, then stopped. I didn't go inside. Instead, I leaned against the wall. She's already gone, I whispered to myself. And for the first time, I believed it. The silence between us wasn't empty anymore. It was loud. And it was telling me everything I had been trying not to hear. I stood outside Olivia's office again, hands empty this time, heart heavier than yesterday, telling myself I wasn't here to wait. I was here to understand. Just talk to her, I whispered. That's it. My phone buzzed. Marcus, you going back there again? Yeah. Why? I need clarity. You already have it. I need to hear it. Or you're hoping she says something different. I didn't reply. The glass doors opened. My chest tightened instantly. Olivia stepped out. Daniel was right beside Olivia. Too close. Laughing again. Stop, Daniel, Olivia said, smiling. You're actually ridiculous. I'm serious, Daniel replied. You know I'm right. I don't know anything, Olivia said, still smiling. I felt something twist inside me. That smile, I muttered. I haven't seen that in a while. I stepped forward. Olivia. She stopped. Turned. Her expression changed immediately. You're here again? Olivia asked. Annoyed. Not surprised. Not happy. Annoyed. I just wanted to talk, I said quietly. Daniel looked at me, then smirked. Not even hiding it. You picked a bad time, Daniel said casually. I ignored Daniel. I won't take long, I said, looking only at Olivia. Olivia sighed. I'm busy. You were just laughing. That's different. How? It just is. I nodded slowly. Okay. Silence stretched for a second. Daniel shifted slightly closer to Olivia. Like a statement. Is this about yesterday? Olivia asked. Yes. I told you you're overthinking. I don't think I am. You are. I saw you. You saw nothing. I saw enough. Daniel let out a quiet chuckle. You always like this? Daniel asked. I looked at Daniel. This isn't your conversation. Daniel raised both hands slightly. Relax, man. Just asking. Don't. Olivia crossed her arms. Jason, don't start. I'm not starting anything. Then why are you here? I told you. To talk. About what? About us. There's nothing to talk about. That sentence landed harder than anything else. Nothing? I repeated. Yes. I stared at Olivia. Do you hear yourself? Yes. And you're okay with that? I'm fine. I let out a slow breath. I'm not. That's your problem. Daniel looked away, trying not to smile again. I just need honesty, I said. I'm being honest. No, you're avoiding. I'm not avoiding anything. Then say it clearly. Say what? Say that nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. I stepped closer. Look at me and say it. Olivia hesitated for a second. Then, nothing's changed. But Olivia didn't hold eye contact. That told me everything. I nodded slowly. Okay. Silence again. I should go, Olivia said. Yeah, I replied. Daniel looked between both of us. This was fun, Daniel said lightly. I ignored Daniel again. I didn't come here to fight, I said. Good, Olivia replied. Because I don't have time for that. I can see that. Olivia shifted her bag. I have a meeting. Of course you do. Is that sarcasm? No. It sounds like it. It's not. Olivia shook her head. You're making this harder than it needs to be. I'm trying to understand. There's nothing to understand. I looked at Daniel, then back at Olivia. There is, I said quietly. Olivia didn't respond. Instead, Olivia walked past me. Just like that. No pause. No explanation. No apology. Nothing. I turned slightly, watching Olivia walk away. Daniel followed Olivia. Still close. Still smiling. Like I was never part of anything. I stood there, frozen. Say something, I whispered to myself. But I didn't. I couldn't. Because I already had my answer. My phone buzzed again. Marcus. Well? I stared at the screen. Then typed. I saw it. Yeah. Up close. And? They're close. I figured. She didn't even deny it. That's your answer. I asked her directly. And? She said nothing's changed. Marcus paused. Did you believe that? No. Then why are you still there? I looked around. People moving. Voices everywhere. But none of it felt real. I don't know, I replied. Jason. Yeah. Walk away. I swallowed. I thought I needed answers. You got them. Not the way I wanted. That's how truth works. I closed my eyes for a second. I feel stupid. You're not stupid. You're just done pretending. I exhaled slowly. She didn't even try. She doesn't have to anymore. That line hit deep. I kept thinking she'd explain. People who care explain. Silence. I don't think she cares, I said quietly. Marcus didn't hesitate. Then believe that. I opened my eyes, staring at the empty space where Olivia had been standing. She just walked past me. Because she already moved on. I nodded slowly. I see it now. Good. It hurts. It will. But it's clear. That's what matters. I looked down at my hands. Empty. Yesterday I had coffee. Today, nothing. Yesterday I was holding on, I said. And today, I'm not. Marcus didn't reply immediately. That's growth. It doesn't feel like it. It will. I ended the call. The noise around me faded. Everything felt quiet again. But not the same kind of quiet as before. This one made sense. I don't need to ask any more, I whispered. Because I already knew. The way Olivia stood. The way Olivia smiled. The way Olivia walked away. That was the truth. Clear. Simple. Final. And for the first time, I didn't chase after it. I just stood there, accepted it, and stayed silent. The apartment felt quieter than ever that night, like even the walls had decided not to speak to me. I sat on the couch, phone in my hand, staring at the empty screen. No calls, I said softly. No messages. I unlocked it again. Still nothing. I let out a slow breath. Why am I still holding on? I whispered. The question stayed in the air. No answer came. I leaned forward, elbows on my knees, running my hand through my hair. You already know why, I muttered. Because you don't want to let go. I opened my messages. Scrolled up. Old conversations. Long texts. Late night talks. I miss you already, Olivia had written months ago. I stared at it. That doesn't even sound like you anymore, I said. I kept scrolling. You're my favorite person. I laughed quietly. Was I? Another message. I can't imagine life without you. I shook my head. Looks like you figured it out. My thumb stopped moving. I locked the phone. Set it down. This isn't helping, I said. I stood up slowly. The apartment felt different. Colder. All right, I whispered. Do something. I walked to the bedroom. Opened the closet. Olivia's clothes hung neatly on one side. I stared at them for a moment. This is where it starts, I said. I reached out. Pulled one jacket down. Folded it carefully. Then another. And another. Each piece felt like a memory I didn't want to hold anymore. You wore this on our trip, I said quietly. I paused. Then kept folding. No, I corrected myself. You wore this when things were still real. I grabbed a box. Placed the folded clothes inside. Neatly. No anger. No rush. Just calm. This is strange, I admitted. I thought I'd be angry. But I wasn't. I felt clear. I moved to the dresser. Opened drawers. Packed everything the same way. Carefully. Like it mattered. Maybe this is what letting go feels like, I said. My phone buzzed. Marcus. You good? I picked it up. I'm packing her stuff. Marcus paused. Seriously? Yeah. That fast? It's not fast, I said. It's late. You sure about this? I looked at the half-empty closet. Yeah. You're not even yelling. There's nothing to yell about. Man. I'm just done. Marcus stayed quiet for a second. Then, I'm proud of you. I didn't respond right away. I don't feel proud, I said. You will. I just feel calm. That's better than angry. Yeah. You want me to come over? No. You sure? I need to do this alone. All right. I'll call you later. I'll be here. I ended the call. The room felt still again. But not heavy. Just quiet. I picked up another shirt. Folded it. Placed it in the box. Piece by piece, I said softly. I closed the last drawer. Looked around. Nothing left of Olivia in the room. Just space. I carried the box to the living room. Set it down near the door. Then I sat back on the couch. Waiting. Time passed slowly. The clock ticked louder than usual. Then, the door unlocked. Olivia walked in. She stopped immediately. What's all this? Olivia asked. I looked at her. Come. I think you already know, I replied. She glanced at the box. Then back at me. You're serious? Yes. This is because of yesterday? This is because of everything. Olivia stepped closer. You're overreacting. No. You didn't even talk to me properly. I tried. When? Every time you said I was overthinking. She frowned. So that's it? You're just ending things? I'm letting go. That's the same thing. No, I said. It's different. How? Ending things is loud. This isn't. She crossed her arms. So you're just giving up? I'm choosing myself. Olivia shook her head. This doesn't make sense. It does to me. What about us? I held her gaze. What about us? She hesitated. That's not fair. Neither is what you did. I didn't do anything. I didn't argue. I just looked at her. Silence filled the space. That look, Olivia said. Why are you looking at me like that? Because I see things clearly now. You're acting different. I am. Since when? Since I stopped ignoring the truth. Olivia looked away. This is ridiculous. Maybe. But it's real. She stepped closer again. You're not even fighting for this. I shook my head slightly. I already did. When? When I showed up. When I tried to talk. When I stayed. And now? Now I'm done trying alone. Olivia's expression shifted. For a moment. Uncertainty. You're really not going to stop me? She asked. From what? Leaving. I glanced at the box. I think you already left. She went quiet. The words hung between us. You're being cold, Olivia said. I'm being honest. This isn't you. It is now. She picked up her bag. Looked at the box again. You packed everything? Yes. Neatly. I respect what we had. Olivia didn't respond. She moved toward the door. Then stopped. You're not even going to say anything else? I thought for a moment. Then, take care of yourself, I said. She stared at me. That's it. That's enough. Olivia hesitated. Like she expected more. An argument. A reaction. Something. But I gave her nothing else. She opened the door. Paused one last time. Then left. The door closed softly behind her. I didn't move. Didn't chase. Didn't call her name. I just sat there. Breathing. It's done, I whispered. And for the first time, it didn't feel like loss. It felt like freedom. The silence didn't feel peaceful after Olivia left. It felt louder than anything I had ever heard. I sat on the couch, staring at nothing. This should feel better, I said quietly. But it didn't. It hurt more. Why does it hurt more? I whispered. My phone buzzed. Sophia. Hey, are you home? Yeah. I'm coming over. You don't have to. I'm already on the way. I didn't argue. Okay. I stood up slowly, looking around the apartment. Everything felt empty. Not messy. Just missing something. That's new, I said. A knock came at the door. I opened it. Sophia walked in, her expression soft but concerned. You look worse than you sound, Sophia said. I'm fine. No, you're not. I said I'm fine. Sophia crossed her arms. Jason Carter, stop lying. I exhaled. I'm trying. That's not what I asked. Sophia stepped closer. What happened? I hesitated. Then, it's over. Sophia didn't look surprised. Did Jason Carter end it or did Olivia Brooks leave? I ended it. Sophia nodded slowly. Then why does Jason Carter look like this? Because it still hurts. Of course it does. I sat back down. Sophia joined me. You loved Olivia Brooks, Sophia said. Yeah. And Olivia Brooks didn't choose Jason Carter. I looked at Sophia. No. Sophia reached out, placing a hand on my shoulder. That's not your failure. It feels like it. It's not. I leaned forward, rubbing my face. I keep replaying everything. That's normal. I keep thinking maybe I missed something. You didn't. Maybe I could have done more. Sophia shook her head. No. You already did enough. I stayed quiet. Sophia watched me carefully. You didn't fight when Olivia Brooks left? No. Why? Because I already knew. Sophia sighed softly. That kind of clarity is painful. It is. But it's also strong. I didn't feel strong. I feel empty. That's part of healing. My phone buzzed again. Marcus. You alive? I picked it up. Barely. Sophia glanced at the screen. Marcus Reed? Yeah. Answer. I tapped the call. Hey. You sound worse, Marcus said. I feel worse. Did she call? No. Good. Why is that good? Because it means no confusion. I looked at Sophia. She's here. Put me on speaker. I did. Hey Marcus, Sophia said. Hey Sophia Carter. How bad is Jason Carter? Pretty bad. Yeah, figured. I leaned back. Thanks both of you. Don't get sarcastic, Marcus said. I'm not. Marcus paused. You did the right thing. It doesn't feel like it. It will. When? Not today. I let out a breath. Great. Sophia gave me a small look. Jason Carter needs time, Sophia said. And space, Marcus added. I have plenty of both, I said. Use it right, Marcus replied. I'm trying. Then stop checking her. I froze slightly. I'm not. Don't lie. Sophia raised an eyebrow at me. I sighed. Okay, maybe a little. Don't, Marcus said firmly. Why? Because it will only hurt more. I swallowed. I know. Then stop. I nodded. All right. The call ended. Silence returned again. Sophia stood up. I'll make tea. You don't have to. I want to. I watched Sophia move around the kitchen. You're lucky, Sophia said. How? Jason Carter got out before things got worse. It already feels bad. It could have been worse. I didn't respond. Sophia came back with 2 cups. Here. Thanks. I took a sip. Warm. Calming. For a moment. I saw something, Sophia said carefully. What? Sophia hesitated. Olivia Brooks posted something. My chest tightened. What? Sophia sighed. Jason Carter shouldn't look. I want to. You don't. I do. Sophia handed me her phone. Just be ready. I took it. Opened the post. Olivia Brooks smiling. Standing next to Daniel Hayes. Close. Happy. Like nothing had ever happened. That was fast, I said quietly. Sophia watched me. Jason Carter okay? Yeah. No, really. I'm fine. But my chest felt heavy again. Like something pressing down. She looks happy, I said. Social media lies, Sophia replied. Maybe. But it still hurts. I know. I handed the phone back. I shouldn't have looked. No, you shouldn't have. I leaned back, staring at the ceiling. It feels like Jason Carter meant nothing. That's not true. It feels true. Sophia sat beside me again. Feelings lie sometimes. Not this one. Sophia didn't argue. Instead, then let it hurt, Sophia said softly. I am. And let it pass. I don't know how. One day at a time. I closed my eyes briefly. One day at a time, I repeated. The words felt simple, but heavy. I don't want to feel like this forever. You won't. How do you know? Because Jason Carter won't stay like this. I opened my eyes. You sound confident. I am. Why? Because Jason Carter didn't beg. I stayed silent. Jason Carter walked away, Sophia continued. That matters. I thought about that. I guess it does. It does. I sat up slowly. So what now? Now Jason Carter rebuilds. How? Start small. Like what? Work. Routine. Focus. I nodded slightly. That sounds manageable. It is. I picked up my phone again. Opened messages. Then closed it. I'm not checking again, I said. Good. I stood up. I need to do something. Like what? Anything that moves me forward. Sophia smiled faintly. That's the right direction. I looked around the apartment again. Still quiet. Still empty. But different now. Not broken. Just starting over. It still hurts, I admitted. It will for a while. But I'm not going back. Sophia nodded. That's all that matters. I took a deep breath. For the first time. I'm choosing myself. And even though the pain was still there, it felt like the beginning of something new. I sat at my desk earlier than usual, staring at the blank screen, fingers resting on the keyboard, trying to focus on something that didn't involve memories. Just work, I said quietly. That's it. Ryan walked past, then stopped. You're here early, Ryan said. Yeah. And you look like you didn't sleep. I didn't sleep much. Ryan leaned against the desk. What's going on, Jason? Nothing I can't handle. Ryan studied my face. That doesn't look like nothing. I exhaled slowly. It's just life. Ryan nodded. Breakup. I glanced at him. Is it that obvious? Yeah. I let out a small breath. Yeah. Ryan straightened. Good. I frowned slightly. Good? Yeah. That's a strange reaction. It means you've got fuel now. I looked at him, confused. Fuel? Pain, Ryan said. Use it. I don't know how. Ryan shrugged. Work harder. Focus more. Stop wasting energy on things that don't give back. I leaned back slightly. That sounds simple. It is simple. Not easy. I nodded slowly. Okay. Ryan tapped the desk lightly. You've got potential, Jason. Use this pain. The words stuck with me. I'll try, I said. Don't try. Do. Ryan walked off. I turned back to the screen. Do, I repeated. I started typing. At first it felt forced, slow, heavy. But I kept going. Don't stop, I whispered to myself. Hours passed. I didn't check my phone. Didn't think about Olivia. Just work. Ryan came back later. You're still here? Yeah. Good. Ryan looked at my screen. Better. I'm trying to stay focused. It shows. I nodded. That's the goal. Ryan smiled slightly. Keep going. I stayed late that night. Later than usual. The office emptied. Lights dimmed. But I kept working. Just one more thing, I said. Then another. Then another. My phone buzzed. I ignored it. Buzzed again. I picked it up. Marcus. You disappeared. I'm working. Since when do you ignore calls? Since now. Marcus paused. That's new. I'm trying something different. Like what? Not thinking about her. Marcus let out a small laugh. That's progress. I hope so. How does it feel? Better than sitting alone. That's a start. I leaned back in my chair. I don't feel as heavy? Because you're moving. Yeah. Keep doing that. I will. I ended the call. I looked around the office. Empty. Quiet. But not lonely. Different kind of quiet. This is better, I said. The next few days blurred together. Work. Focus. Repeat. Ryan kept noticing. You're improving, Ryan said one afternoon. Yeah. Faster. Sharper. I guess I needed a push. Ryan nodded. Pain does that. I smiled faintly. Guess so. During lunch I overheard voices. She's already arguing with him. Seriously? Yeah, Olivia and Daniel. Not as perfect as they look. I froze for a second, then forced myself to keep eating. Don't react, I told myself. Stay focused. But the words stayed in my head. Later Marcus called again. You heard? Heard what? Olivia and Daniel. I sighed. Yeah. And? Nothing. Nothing? I don't feel anything. Marcus paused. Really? Yeah. That's surprising. I thought I'd feel angry. And? I don't. What do you feel? I thought for a moment. Detached. Marcus stayed quiet. That's different. I know. Is that good? I think so. Why? Because I'm not stuck anymore. Marcus let out a breath. That's growth. It doesn't feel like revenge. It's better than revenge. I leaned back. I used to think losing her was the worst thing. And now, I think it saved me. Marcus didn't respond right away. Then, say that again. I think losing Olivia saved me. That's a powerful shift. It feels real. I ended the call after that. I sat there thinking. Not about Olivia. About myself. What do I want now? I asked quietly. The question felt new. Different. I stood up, walking toward the window. City lights flickered outside. I want control, I said. I want peace. I went back to my desk. Opened another file. Started working again. Ryan passed by once more. You're still here? Yeah. Ryan smiled. I like this version of you. I think I do too. Ryan nodded. Keep building it. I will. Days turned into a routine. Wake up. Work. Focus. Improve. Repeat. Each day felt slightly easier. Not because the pain disappeared, but because it mattered less. You're changing, Sophia said one evening. Yeah. You look lighter. I feel lighter. That's good. It is. Sophia smiled. I knew you'd get here. I'm not there yet. But you're moving. I nodded. That's enough for now. Later that night I sat alone again. But it didn't feel the same. Not empty. Just quiet. I'm not chasing anymore, I said. And I'm not looking back. I picked up my phone. No urge to check anything. No urge to search for Olivia. That's new, I said. I placed it down. Looked ahead. For the first time, I'm building something for myself. And that felt better than anything I had lost. I was closing my laptop that evening when my phone buzzed again, Marcus's name flashing across the screen like it always did when something was about to shift. You busy? Marcus asked the second I picked up. Just finishing work, I replied. Good, then listen. That doesn't sound casual. It's not. I leaned back in my chair. What happened? Marcus paused for a second like he was choosing his words. Olivia and Daniel are already having problems. I didn't say anything right away. Jason. Marcus added. I heard you. And? I don't know what you want me to say. Something, Marcus said. Anything. I stared at the ceiling. I don't feel anything. Marcus went quiet. Seriously? Marcus asked. Yeah. No anger? No satisfaction? I thought about it. No. That's unexpected. I guess I just don't care the same way anymore. Marcus exhaled. That's a big shift. Yeah. Marcus continued. From what I heard, Daniel's not as charming as he pretends. People rarely are. Apparently Daniel's been acting arrogant. Distant. Not exactly the perfect guy anymore. I nodded slowly even though Marcus couldn't see. And Olivia? I asked. Not happy, Marcus replied. Stressed. Tense. Not like those posts. I looked down at my desk. Social media isn't real. Exactly. Silence stretched between us. I thought I'd feel something hearing this, I admitted. And? I just feel detached. Marcus let out a quiet laugh. That's growth, man. Maybe. You're not tied to it anymore. I think I'm finally free from it. That's what it sounds like. I ended the call after a few more words, sitting there for a moment, letting everything settle. This would have destroyed me a few weeks ago, I said quietly. But now, it didn't. The next day, I left the office a little earlier than usual. Leaving early? Ryan asked. Yeah. Needed a break. Good, Ryan said. Balance matters. I'm learning that. Ryan smiled. Keep learning. I walked outside, the evening air cooler than expected. Feels different, I said. Not heavy. Not overwhelming. Just normal. I stopped near a small cafe, deciding to grab coffee. As I stepped inside, I froze for a second. Evelyn Brooks was sitting near the window. Olivia's mother. I hadn't seen Evelyn since everything ended. Of all places, I muttered. I considered walking out. But Evelyn looked up and saw me. Jason. Evelyn said. I forced a small, polite smile. Hi. Evelyn gestured toward the empty chair across from Evelyn. Sit for a moment. I hesitated, then sat. I didn't expect to see you, Evelyn said. Same here. Evelyn studied my face carefully. You look different. Different how? Calmer. I nodded slightly. I'm trying to be. Evelyn folded Evelyn's hands. I heard what happened. I looked away briefly. I'm sure you did. I'm sorry. You don't have to apologize. I still feel responsible, Evelyn said softly. It wasn't your choice. Evelyn sighed. No, but I saw it coming. That caught my attention. You did. Yes. Why didn't you say anything? Evelyn gave a sad smile. Would you have listened? I paused. Probably not. Exactly. Silence settled between us. Then Evelyn spoke again. You deserved better. Those words landed quietly, but deeply. I looked at Evelyn. I'm starting to believe that. You should, Evelyn said. I used to think I wasn't enough. You were more than enough. I let out a small breath. Thank you. Evelyn nodded. Olivia made a mistake. I didn't respond. I don't say that as a mother, Evelyn continued. I say that as someone who saw how you treated Olivia. I leaned back slightly. I'm not angry anymore. That's good. I just see things clearly now. Evelyn smiled faintly. Clarity is powerful. It is. Evelyn looked down for a moment. Olivia isn't doing well. I stayed quiet. I'm not telling you this to make you feel anything, Evelyn added. I just thought you should know. I understand. Daniel isn't what Olivia thought. I figured. They argue. A lot. I nodded. That doesn't surprise me. Evelyn looked back at me. You're not asking questions. I don't need to. Why? Because it doesn't change anything for me. Evelyn studied me again. You've really moved on. I'm moving forward. That's even better. I picked up my coffee. I spent a long time holding on, I said. And now? Now I'm letting go completely. Evelyn smiled. I'm glad. Me too. We sat in silence for a moment. Not uncomfortable. Just quiet. I should go, I said finally. Evelyn nodded. Take care of yourself, Jason. You too. I stood up, heading toward the door. Jason. Evelyn called softly. I turned. Yes. You handled this with more grace than most people would. I thought about that for a second. I didn't feel graceful. You were, Evelyn said. I nodded once. Thank you. I walked out of the cafe. The evening felt lighter. Not because of what Evelyn said, but because of what I already knew. This is over, I said quietly. Not in a painful way. In a final way. My phone buzzed again. Marcus. How did you take the news? I typed back. I'm okay. Just okay? Better than okay. That's what I wanted to hear. I put my phone away. Looked ahead. For the first time, I wasn't looking back at what Olivia was doing. I wasn't wondering. I wasn't comparing. I'm focused on myself now, I said, and it felt real. The shift had happened quietly. No big moment. No dramatic closure. Just small realizations stacking together. Until everything changed. I didn't lose, I whispered. I just walked away at the right time. And that was enough. The knock came late at night, soft but steady, the kind that doesn't belong to strangers. I paused mid-step. Who is that? I muttered. Another knock. I walked toward the door slowly. Not rushed. Not anxious. Just curious. I opened it. And froze for half a second. Olivia stood there. Different. Not the same confidence. Not the same glow. Tired. Uncertain. Hey, Olivia said quietly. I leaned against the doorframe. Hey. Silence sat between us. Can we talk? Olivia asked. I studied Olivia for a moment. What is there left to say? Olivia looked down briefly. A lot. I don't think so. Olivia shifted slightly. Please. I hesitated, then stepped aside. Come in. Olivia walked in slowly, looking around like the space felt unfamiliar. It looks different, Olivia said. It is. I closed the door. Sit if you want. Olivia sat on the couch. I stayed standing for a moment, then sat across from Olivia. So, I said, talk. Olivia took a breath. I messed up. I didn't respond. I know that now. I stayed quiet. I thought I knew what I wanted, Olivia continued. But I didn't. I nodded slightly. Go on. Olivia looked at me. Daniel wasn't what I thought. I figured. Olivia frowned faintly. You heard? I don't need details. Olivia looked down again. It started falling apart fast. That usually happens. Olivia's voice softened. I kept thinking it would get better. And? It didn't. I leaned back slightly. Okay. Olivia looked up at me. That's it. What do you want me to say? I don't know, something. I'm listening. Olivia hesitated. I regret it. I nodded. I believe you. You do? Yes. Olivia blinked, surprised. You're not angry? No. Not even a little? I thought about it. No. Olivia stared at me. That's not what I expected. I know. Olivia leaned forward slightly. I thought you'd yell. I don't need to. I thought you'd ask questions. I don't need answers anymore. Olivia's expression shifted again. Jason, I hurt you. Yes. I'm sorry. I believe that too. Olivia looked confused. Why are you so calm? I took a slow breath. Because I already went through everything you're saying. Olivia stayed silent. I felt it, I continued. I processed it. I accepted it. And now I'm past it. Olivia shook Olivia's head slightly. That fast. It wasn't fast. Olivia looked around again. You changed. Yes. How? I stopped waiting for you to choose me. Olivia's eyes softened. I should have. But you didn't. Silence. I thought, maybe we could try again, Olivia said carefully. I didn't answer immediately. Instead, I looked at Olivia. Really looked. I thought about that moment before. I said. What moment? This one. Olivia waited. And I realized something. What? I don't want to go back. Olivia's face fell slightly. You don't mean that. I do. Jason, I'm here now. I know. Isn't that enough? No. Olivia leaned forward more. Why? Because I'm not the same person who needed that. Olivia swallowed. I can fix things. I'm not something you fix. That's not what I meant. I know. Then what do you mean? I paused. I mean I don't need this anymore. Olivia looked down. I didn't think it would end like this. It didn't end tonight. When did it end? The moment I stopped chasing. Olivia's voice dropped. I didn't think you'd actually let go. I didn't think so either. Silence filled the room again. Heavier this time. I made a mistake, Olivia said softly. Yes. I lost something real. Yes. And you're just okay with that? I thought about it. I'm okay with myself now. Olivia looked at me like that answer hurt more than anything else. I missed you, Olivia said. I didn't react. I thought about you a lot. I believe that. Then why doesn't it matter? Because thinking isn't the same as choosing. Olivia closed Olivia's eyes briefly. I chose wrong. Yes. And now it's too late? Yes. Olivia exhaled slowly. I didn't expect you to be like this. I didn't expect it either. Olivia looked around the room again. This used to feel like home. It was. And now? Now it's just mine. Olivia nodded faintly. I guess I understand. I didn't respond. Olivia stood up slowly. So, this is it? Yes. No second chance? No. No trying again? No. Olivia looked at me one last time. You really moved on. I moved forward. Olivia gave a small, sad smile. I'm glad you're okay. Me too. Olivia walked toward the door. Paused. Then turned slightly. I hope you're happy. I'm getting there. Olivia nodded. That's good. Olivia opened the door. Stopped again. I'm sorry, Jason. I know. Olivia stepped out. The door closed behind Olivia. I stood there for a moment. Not moving. Not thinking. Just present. That was different, I said quietly. No pain. No pull. No hesitation. I walked back to the couch. Sat down. This wasn't closure, I whispered. It was confirmation. I leaned back, staring ahead. I didn't lose anything tonight. I paused. I proved something to myself. And for the first time, I felt completely free. I didn't sleep much that night, but it wasn't because of pain. It was because my mind felt clear in a way it never had before. I sat on the edge of my bed, staring at the floor. That was the moment, I said quietly. My phone buzzed. Marcus. Well? I picked up. She came back. I figured. And I said no. Marcus paused. Say that again. I said no. Marcus let out a breath. Man, that's big. It didn't feel big. What did it feel like? Right? That's even better. I leaned back slightly. I thought it would be harder. And? It wasn't. Marcus stayed quiet for a second. You're not the same anymore. I know. That's growth. I nodded slowly. I think so. After the call ended, I sat there again, replaying everything. Not with regret. With clarity. She said sorry, I whispered. And I believed her. But belief didn't change anything. The next morning, I walked into work earlier than usual. Ryan noticed immediately. You look different, Ryan said. Better or worse? Better. I smiled faintly. I feel better. Ryan leaned against the desk. Something happened? Yeah. Good or bad? Good. Ryan nodded. Then keep that energy. I will. I sat down and opened my laptop. Work felt easier now. Not forced. Not distracting. Just natural. My phone buzzed again. A message. Laura. Good morning. Coffee later? I paused. Then smiled slightly. Yeah. That sounds good, I typed back. A few hours later, I met Laura at a small cafe near the office. Laura looked up as I walked in. You made it, Laura said. I said I would. Laura smiled. You look lighter. I've been hearing that a lot. Laura tilted her head slightly. So what changed? I sat down. I stopped holding on to something that was already gone. Laura nodded slowly. That's not easy. It wasn't. Laura studied my face. But you're okay now? I'm getting there. That's honest. I leaned back slightly. I had a choice last night. What kind of choice? Go back, or move forward? Laura stayed quiet. And you chose forward. I chose myself. Laura smiled softly. That's rare. Why? Because most people go back to what hurts them. I almost did. But you didn't. I shook my head. No. Laura took a sip of coffee. I respect that. Thanks. Silence settled for a moment. Comfortable. Not heavy. So what does moving forward look like for you? Laura asked. I thought about it. Peace. That's simple. Simple doesn't mean easy. Laura nodded. True. I looked at Laura. And what about you? What about me? Why are you here? Laura smiled faintly. Because I like talking to you. That's it. For now. I nodded. Fair enough. Later that evening, I walked home alone. But it didn't feel like before. No wait. No regret. Just calm. She said sorry, I repeated in my mind. And for the first time, that didn't pull me back. It just passed. When I got home, I sat down, staring at the quiet room. This is mine now, I said. No memories attached. No expectations. Just space. My phone buzzed again. Olivia. A message. I'm sorry, again. I looked at it. Didn't rush to reply. Didn't feel the need to. After a few seconds, I typed. I believe you. I hope you find peace. I stared at the message. Then pressed send. That was it. No long explanation. No reopening old doors. Just closure. I placed my phone down, leaning back slowly. That's done, I said. And I meant it. For the first time, there was no second guessing. No what if. No hesitation. Just certainty. I stood up, walking toward the window. City lights stretched out in front of me. Quiet. Steady. Like everything inside me. I didn't lose anything, I said softly. I gained something. Control. Self-respect. Clarity. Things I didn't even realize I was missing before. My phone buzzed again. Marcus. What did you say to her? I wished her peace. That's it. That's enough. Marcus laughed quietly. You've changed, man. I had to. Feels good. Yeah. Proud of you. Thanks. I ended the call, standing there for a moment longer. This is what it feels like, I whispered. Choosing yourself. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just right. I turned away from the window, walking back into the room. No hesitation. No doubt. Just forward. And for the first time, walking away didn't hurt. It felt like freedom. Rain tapped softly against the pavement again, but this time I didn't feel cold standing in it. I looked up at the sky. Same rain, I said quietly, but not the same me. Marcus stood beside me, hands in pockets, watching me with a small smile. You're really just standing in the rain now? Marcus asked. Yeah. No coffee this time? I smirked slightly. No expectations this time. Marcus nodded. That's growth. I took a slow breath. I remember the last time I stood like this. I know, Marcus said. You looked like you were falling apart. I was. And now? I looked ahead. I feel steady. Marcus smiled wider. You made it, man. I shook my head slightly. I didn't fight. Marcus raised an eyebrow. No. I just stopped chasing. Marcus let that sit for a second. That's harder than fighting. It didn't feel like it at the time. But it is. I watched the rain hit the ground, small ripples forming and disappearing. I thought I needed answers, I said. And? I needed acceptance. Marcus nodded. That's the real answer. I crossed my arms lightly. I kept thinking she'd realize. And she did. Yeah. But too late. I nodded. Too late. Marcus glanced at me. Do you care? I thought about it. No. Not even a little? I shook my head. She's a memory now. That's a big change. She's not a wound anymore. Marcus smiled. That's the line right there. I looked at him. What line? You stopped bleeding. I let out a quiet breath. Yeah. We stood there in silence for a moment. But it wasn't heavy. It wasn't empty. It was peaceful. I used to hate this feeling, I said. What feeling? Being alone. And now, I'm not alone. Marcus smirked. You're literally standing alone in the rain. I laughed softly. That's not what I mean. Explain. I'm okay with myself now. Marcus nodded. That's the difference. I looked down at my hands. They used to feel empty. And now, they feel free. Marcus tilted his head. You sound like a different person. I am. What changed you the most? I thought for a second. Letting go. Of her? Of what I thought she was. Marcus nodded slowly. That's deep. It's real. Marcus kicked lightly at a puddle. So no revenge? I shook my head. No. Not even a little? What would that do? Make you feel better? I looked at him. I already feel better. Marcus smiled. Fair point. I thought revenge would fix something. And? It doesn't. What does? Growth. Marcus let out a small laugh. Man, you really changed. I had to. What if she comes back again? I shrugged slightly. She already did. And you said no. Yeah. What if she tries again? I'll still say no. No hesitation? None. Marcus nodded. That's solid. I looked back at the rain. It's funny. What is? This used to be my worst memory. And now? It's just rain. Marcus smiled. That's healing. I closed my eyes for a second. Listening. Feeling. Not thinking about the past. Not worrying about anything. Just being there. I used to think I lost something, I said. And now? I think I gained everything I needed. Marcus looked at me. Like what? Self-respect. What else? Clarity. And? Peace. Marcus nodded. That's a good list. I opened my eyes again. The world felt steady. Not rushing. Not overwhelming. Just balanced. I don't miss her, I said. That's big. I don't even miss what we had. That's bigger. I just moved on. Marcus smiled again. I'm proud of you. Thanks. And you should be proud of yourself. I thought about that. I am. Marcus looked around. So what's next? I shrugged. Whatever I build. No pressure. No pressure. Marcus laughed lightly. That's a new mindset. It's a better one. We started walking slowly. No rush. No direction. Just moving. You ever think about how quiet it got? Marcus asked. What do you mean? No drama. No chaos. Just calm. I nodded. I chose that. And it worked. Yeah. Marcus looked at me again. So in the end, what was it? What was what? The lesson. I paused. Then answered. Stop chasing people who don't choose you. Marcus smiled. That's simple. Simple but hard to learn. True. We stopped walking. Standing under the streetlight. Rain still falling. You know what's crazy? I said. What? I didn't need to prove anything to her. No. I needed to prove something to myself. And you did. I nodded. I did. Marcus stepped back slightly. Then say it. Say what? The truth. I took a breath. I'm enough. Marcus grinned. There it is. I looked ahead again. Everything felt quiet, but strong. I didn't need revenge, I said. Life handled everything. Marcus nodded. And you handled yourself. I smiled faintly. Yeah. We stood there for one last moment. Rain falling. City lights glowing. No past pulling me back. No regrets holding me down. Just forward. And my silence? I said softly. Marcus looked at me. Yeah. I exhaled slowly. That was the loudest answer I ever gave.